Hello everyone, so I'm super excited for today's video. As I'm filming this, it's nearly 6 p.m. But I'm filming this at this time because I just had a delivery. One that I've been waiting for nearly 2 months to come. But it's here, and I'm so excited to test it all out. So not long ago, I was looking around on the Morphe website, and I stumbled across some stuff I wanted to try out. Some of the stuff I kind of needed anyway, but most of it I just wanted it just to try out, and because I didn't really have anything like what I've ordered in this. Now I thought for the video today I'll do it as a testing first impressions kind of video. So here we go. It's like Christmas. So the first item I got was the... oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, so the first thing I picked up from my Morphe order was their Microfiber beauty sponge. So it just looks like this, just a basic sponge. But they were on special, and because the one I've got at the moment, my pink one, I've had that for longer than I'll ever admit to. So I picked up 4, because you can never have enough sponges, and it's those, I feel like it's that one thing you always need to get a new one of, but you always forget to get. So I picked up a few. So I'll be tasting one of these as well. It's a different shape to my other one. It's just one like this. I think it's I can't remember which brand this one was. I think it's a Real Techniques one. I think that's what this one is. And I do really like it. It's lasted really well. But this one, ooh, the texture feels different. Like this one is quite soft and looks like the holes of the sponge are a lot smaller. This one just feels, I don't know, it's a different shape as well. So I just wet it. It went massive. It doesn't feel as soft as my other one, but it literally doubled in size. It's massive now. Only thing I'm a bit worried about, it feels like it might soak up the foundation quite easily. So I'll see how it goes. I mean, I hope it's good. I bought 4 of them. Sorry, I don't know if I like it because I'm just in the habit of using my other one. Try new things, Jasmine. Oh gosh, I think I've started off with too much. Let me play with it for a bit. So even though I've wet the sponge and squeezed it out, it still feels quite dry when I'm putting stuff on. Like I can feel the texture of the sponge itself as I'm dabbing it in. Don't know if I like it. I think I might go wet it a bit more and see if that will help. Maybe I didn't wet it enough. Okay, so I've just brought you in a bit closer. I don't know if you'll be able to tell properly. Like, I don't hate it. Like, the foundation does look really nice. I'm just don't know if I'm a huge fan of... like, if I show you the one I'm used to, that's how small it is. Like, it's not a massive difference. But for some reason, it just feels like it's a lot bigger. And just doesn't feel as soft. But it also might be something that needs to be used a bit and worn in to make it feel better. I don't know, I think so far though I do prefer my Real Techniques one. What's next? Massive brush. It's the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill. Can't remember what brush I got. The JH01 brush? Oh yeah, powder brush. Yeah. So it's a nice, lovely, big powder brush. Because I've been looking for a new powder brush because the powder brush I've got, it is really nice. I do love it. It's the Real Techniques 202 brush, the Instapop face brush. It's kind of like an angled, big fluffy one. That's it. That's that side by side. The only thing with this one is it takes longer for me to cover my whole face with this, and because it's a lot denser, I feel like it's something that's better if you want more of a coverage packed on kind of foundation look. Whereas I was wanting something that was big and fluffy to kind of just brush everything over, especially for like loose powder. This would be really good for. I don't actually have any loose powder, but I imagine it would be better for it. I just really want a big new soft brush, so I got it. Some of the other things I picked up were some more brushes, because lots of the brushes I have, I don't know, they feel more cheap, the actual bristles, and I wanted ones that are a bit more soft and better quality. So I also picked up the Morphe M173 brush, which is the chubby puffer brush. I'll take that out. So this is more for eyeshadow, this one. For eyeshadow, or even dabbing on bits of concealer would be good. That's what that one looks like. The next brush I picked up was the Morphe R3 brush. It doesn't have a name, it just says Morphe R3. I'll open this. Oh, God, they make that hard to open. So that's what this one looks like. So it's got like a pointed tip and it's quite a long thin one. I imagine that's more for a contour kind of brush. I think that would be really good for, which I don't actually have one of. So that's really good. Next brush I picked up was the Morphe M451 brush. And it says it is the detailed highlighter brush. I like when it tells me what it's for because I know it says it on the website, but I always forget by the time it actually comes to me. And unless it says on the pack, I won't have a clue. So it's kind of like flat edged, then bigger. So it looks like it's more of a precise kind of highlighter brush compared to the big fanned out ones. And I probably definitely went a little bit overboard with the brushes because I got a Rose Beige 7-piece rose gold brush collection and case. I think as well that what drew me into this was they were rose gold. Let's open him up. Ooh. I actually like this case. Okay, so what we have in here, I'll quickly read them out to you. Oh, they don't have numbers. I guess I just have to take a wild guess of what they're used for then. If it's not going to tell me, I'll make it up. Quite a few of these look more like eyeshadow brushes. So these three are a lot smaller. That one's quite dense. I'll have a play around with them today and I'll see how they go. I'm not quite sure what this one would be used for. If you have an idea what this would be used for, let me know. Then we've got this one. Just kind of just like a weird flat pokey brush. I don't know. What's that for? I guess you could kind of use it as a foundation brush, but it's really small. Can't imagine I'd be using that either. Then we got a big fluffy boy. And then we got just your typical contour brush. Alrighty. I'll quickly just explain the two other things I got as well. So I did pick up a Morphe cream lipstick. It's in the shade Whipped. So the packaging looks like. Ooh. I've never had a Morphe lipstick before. But look at the actual packaging itself. That is so cool. Ooh. But it looks like a really beautiful everyday shade. It's got a little M at the top as well. And then I also picked up the Morphe 2 Happy Glaze Lip Gloss in the shade Can't Wait. Don't know why I showed that. Can't really read it from there. Because I don't really have any lip glosses. The ones I do have, they're quite cheap and not the greatest quality. And I was wanting a lip gloss that I could pop on without anything else underneath, just to add a little bit of colour and shine, because I don't always like anything matte. I don't really like I don't really like the feel of my lips being dry. That's what it looks like. Very pretty, I think. It smells nice. It doesn't smell like cheap tacky lip gloss. I actually didn't realise how many brushes and sponges I ordered in this. I thought I'd gotten more actual makeup products, so I'll probably just be using most of what I've already got that you've seen before. And I guess that will also tell me how the tools actually apply what I'm putting on, because I know how it works with the other things I've got. Okay, so I'm going to go in with my powder using the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill brush. It's actually really big, like that is it next to my head. She big boy. It's so soft. I don't think I've ever had a brush that soft on my face. I wish you could feel it. It definitely still works with pressed powder, don't get me wrong. I just feel like it would pick up the loose powder a lot easier, because with my pressed powder you kind of have to, you don't have to push it in, you just gotta work a bit harder to get the product up. I love this. Oh yeah. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with my Hoola by Benefit bronzer. Can't go wrong. But I'm going to be testing the Morphe R3 brush. I think that's really good to get nice and precise, because whenever I do a contour, I really shouldn't call it a contour because it's not really contouring anything. I'm more just doing lots of bronzing, because I know contouring you're meant to be looking nice and chiseled. That's so easy to use as well. And even though it's a denser brush, it's actually really soft. It feels almost just as soft as the powder brush, which I think is better for a contour because you can blend it out a lot better. I like that. I mean, not that I've got really many brushes are all that compare to this, because I haven't really had one that looks like this before. It's working how I would expect it to. It concentrates more on where you want the contour to go, not to just smush out everywhere like I'd usually do with just any brush with a bronzer. Okay, also keep in mind I've probably put the contour in the wrong spot anyway, because I'm not trained in makeup at all. But I like how it is so far. I'm actually going to try this with bronzer, and I'm just going to be going in with my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer again. My absolute favourite. You just can't go wrong. And it's worth the money. It lasts ages as well. I can definitely tell already that bristles for this one, I don't know if it makes a difference because the other ones, they had more of a brown base with the white tips. The full black ones tend to not be as soft as the other ones. Like, it does the job. It feels a little bit, oh, I don't think you can see that, but one of the bristles have already come out. Yeah, as I was saying, it kind of feels like, I wouldn't say they're necessarily prickly, but it kind of gives you the sensation afterwards that it's a little bit itchy. I don't know how to explain it, because if I compare it to the brush that I usually use for bronzer, I usually use just it's the brand that I don't know what it is. I showed you the big packet book kind of thing with all the other brushes I have in it. I think it's the Beauty Bay Bake Off brush. It's just a bigger angled one, but the bristles are a lot softer than what this is, so I'd probably be sticking to this one in the future for bronzer. Okay, so next I'm going to be testing the Morphe little angled brush. Once again, because the bristles already, just brushing my fingers over it, it already doesn't feel as soft as the other one, so I don't know, maybe they're just made a bit cheaper than the ones you buy individually. But I'll test to see how it goes, but I have a feeling I might not like it. We'll see. I'm just using my Instain blush by The Balm again. You can't really see it. I use this blush almost every day, and you can see it, but I'm having to really press on with this brush to actually get any colour payoff. I don't know if that's the blush. I think it would have to be the brush. Okay, you can see it a bit more now. And this one as well, the a bristle's already come out of this one as well. So it's like it feels like the not as soft, cheaper made ones. I don't like them as much. My makeup looks fine, and you can still see the blush. I just don't think I would go for this brush again, especially not for something like that. Okay, so for my highlighter, I'm going to be using the Morphe M451 brush. And I'm just going to be using my MAC Soft and Gentle Mineral... I can never say this. Come on, Jasmine. So the MAC Soft and Gentle Mineralized Skin Finish. I love this highlighter. It's lasted me so long. Ooh. I mean, for someone that always uses their finger for highlighter, anything is an upgrade. Oh, it's so soft. Like, see what I mean? The brown brushes at the bottom with the white tips seem to be a lot softer, and I just think it applies things a lot nicer. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. And it's easier to get on my brow bone. Yes. Do you like this brush? I would recommend that. Or something very similar. Beautiful. Darling, beautiful. So I'm going to quickly just do my eyebrows off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, so for all I did was my eyebrows, I just used my Allure powder just with my little angled brush. Okay, so for eyeshadow, I'm going to be using my Australis Neutralize Nude Eyeshadow palette. It's quite old, but it's good. And I find that the colour pigment for this palette is good for what you pay for. So I think what I might do with the brushes, I might use this smaller, more dense one to pack on some colour, and this smaller one to put colour on my bottom lashes. But to actually blend it all out, I'm going to be using my Beauty Bay Round the Blend brush. I think I might keep this look quite basic, more of an everyday kind of look. But I'm just going to go for some browns and maybe a little bit of sparkle. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see where it takes me. The only thing I don't like about this palette is that the lid is plastic, there's no mirror. Which is fine, I guess. It does pick up the colour quite well. Oh yes. That is good for packing on the colour. Yeah, I like that. So I'm going to go in with the Round the Blend brush and just quickly blend that out a bit more, because it looks like I've been punched square in the face. So I'm just going to go in with a bit of a darker brown just on the very tip of this brush and just pack it on just in my crease and then blend that out. I'm just going to go in with the smaller brush and just put the same colours just underneath my eyes. I'm not convinced that I like that smaller brush to put eyeshadow under my eyes because I feel like it's harder to get more of a precise line. And for the look I was going for, I didn't really want it that big. I'd usually go for my Beauty Bay. It's the Get Lippy one. Clearly not using it what it's for what it's for. But it's just a lot smaller brush that's flatter. And I feel like that's just a lot more precise to get under there. I'm just going to quickly go back in and put a little bit of a lighter highlighter in my inner corners. For mascara, I'm sure you guys will not be surprised by now that I'm going to be using the Lounge Face Lash Mascara. I honestly I can't stop talking about how much I love this mascara. It just applies so nicely. It comes off really easily. That's all I have to say. So after the part I'm most excited for, which is the lipstick. So as I said before, is the cream whipped lipstick. It's kind of like a brown. Now I'm not expecting this to dry matte because it does say it's a cream lipstick. It might be a colour that's a bit too dark for an everyday kind of lipstick, but I do like that. I think it goes really well with the eyeshadow combination as well. Now, because the lip gloss is more of a pink colour, I don't know if I should put that on over this lipstick or not. So if I do, I don't want to get the lipstick into this. So I might take this off and then try the lip gloss on its own and see how that looks. Okay, so I've just taken that lipstick off and I'm going to go in with the lip gloss. The only thing I'm not a huge fan of is the applicator. See how it's just completely flat? I think I would prefer one that's on a bit more of an angle so it's easier to apply to your lips. But it's not sticky. It doesn't have those little string looking stuff in between your lips that some lip glosses do. I think it looks really nice. You can definitely still tell the colour of my lips. You can still see my lips through it. But it does add that little bit of colour, which I like. This would be a really good everyday lip gloss. Okay, so that was it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Overall, I'm really happy with the items that I got. I think my favourite, I think out of the brushes, it's still kind of hard to pick which one I like the most. It'd be between the contour one and the powder brush. They're both really good. I don't think I could pick one, but they're definitely my top two favourite brushes from this order. And out of the lip gloss and the lipstick, I'll definitely have to say that the lipstick is my favourite. Only because the applicator of the lip gloss let me down a little bit. Even though I originally thought this lipstick would be good for an everyday look, I definitely would go for the lip gloss. But they're both great. And I think what I'm most disappointed about from what I picked up would have to be the sponge. Only because I don't know if I like how big it is. I think I prefer the shape and the feel of my Real Techniques one because it just feels a lot softer and better quality. So I don't know if I'll keep the other ones, but don't let that put you off these because it's definitely something that's more of a personal preference. This sponge could be perfect for you and exactly what you're looking for. So if you still want to try it out, please do. I don't know what I'm going to do with the other the other three that I've got. I might make my way through them, or I might save a few for a giveaway in the future. Let me know down below if there's anything that tickled your fancy, anything that you might want to try out, or what you think would be your favourite product. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It really does mean a lot. I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye! Bye!